Hello, welcome to my channel, Madgicorn Messages. I am going to pull you some messages, guidance, general collective guidance about maybe around what's coming in for you, what a spirit wants you to know at this point in time. That's for your highest best good. Anything that can provide clarity, guidance, advice. What does spirit want the viewer to know at this time? Rebirth, growth, growth, transforming, healing. Feel your way through. I just read, did another reading. It was very much about discovering yourself, specifically in love. I feel like this is a similar message, but I feel like there's a big transformative energy right now in the collective. A lot of people are going through this major change. I think that like what I'm feeling is this, I don't want to say it's uncertainty or doubt or anything like that. I think there's just this sense of unknown. Like for the first time in a long time, you feel like you're not really sure where your life's gonna go, or you're not really sure where your life's gonna go. You're not really, maybe because you had such a strong idea and a path forward and a plan of what your life looked like, and now all of a sudden you're just like, I don't really know if that's what's actually gonna happen for me. Something feels different. So for those that resonates, take what resonates, leave the rest. But yeah, I feel like for the group or the viewer that I'm channeling, picking up on, is you're really just not feeling like the same person. Like there's definitely transformation and growth here. When we grow, we change. Like that is inevitable. Nothing will ever be the same, right? There's that saying that it always goes, impermanence is permanent. That's dumb. Change is permanent, or something like that. Wow, I know the saying, but anyway, you get the point. So change is inevitable. It's always going to happen. And I think that maybe like your whole life you've thought, I know exactly what I want to do. I'm so passionate about this. I'm going to keep moving forward. And then like all of a sudden you're just like, why do I not find the same enthusiasm, the same joy in doing these things I've done before? All of a sudden I just don't have the same passions or the same interests. And maybe it's really confusing. I feel like there's a confusing time. Yeah, it wasn't picking up on like doubt or fear or anything, but more this confusion. Yeah, I'm really getting this sense of confusion. I don't feel like, if this applies to yourself in love, apply it, but I really get the feeling here that this is very much a broad sense. Like this is just, maybe it feels like you're not just going through this like chapter change, like this, you're not just going from one chapter to the next in your life. You're like, we're starting a brand new book. Like there's a brand new story and none of the characters are the same. I'm not even the same. Maybe you go by a different name there. Maybe, your personality and everything is the same, but your name is different, right? Or maybe, no, that doesn't make sense. Your name is the same, but you're like a totally different character. Maybe there's like a couple changes. So anyway, I just feel like there's this massive change and you just don't even know how you identify anymore. But it's not like the sense of like loss. Like you don't feel like you've lost a piece of yourself. You feel like you've gained more. And so it's really a confusing time for you because you're not sure what you want to do in life or how you want to move forward. But what I'm getting is I don't feel like this is like a bad, tumultuous time. It might feel that way, but this is like, I can feel like this is beautiful energy. Like this is, I just got like a shivers on my back. This is beautiful energy. And like, I think that you're at that point where maybe you just went through something tumultuous and hard. It could have been like a really fast, change or experience in your life. Or maybe it was over time, a really long process. A lot of like life changes happening like one after another. And they were all like difficult, strenuous times in life. And now you're at this place where you're like, wow, I've learned so much and I just feel like a different person. and I just feel differently about life. And, you know, while there's this unknowing, this feeling of like not knowing what the future holds, like at all, first, I feel like I'm tapping into someone who like really knew their path forward. Like they had a clear ass path. They knew exactly what they were doing in life. They had all these goals. And then all of a sudden, like, there's just like this massive change. And you're just like, wait a minute, I don't really know if I want to do that anymore. There's really this huge, just transformative energy. And it really is so beautiful. It almost feels like, what is that? The phoenix like goes through the, you know, they die and they go into the ashes and they come back. You're like literally the brand new baby phoenix just hatched. You're just sitting in all the ash that was around you, your previous life, literally brushed away, like, and now you're just this new version. But it's so beautiful. You get to grow into this beautiful new phoenix. And while it's just so unclear, the path ahead of you, there is just some beautiful energy that's going to come in. I don't think that you expect any of it. I mean, it could be in love, it could be in maybe a brand new career, maybe it could be a brand new path forward, maybe a new living situation, new lifestyle, anything, like new friend groups coming in, like everything is literally being wiped clean, like a clean slate, and you're starting over. I just got chills on my back again. This is like absolutely beautiful energy. And I think that it's Spirit's telling me, remind yourself that while it feels like unknown energy, like unknown territory, kind of like something feels new, I think Spirit's trying to say, don't look at this unknown energy like you had this path and all of a sudden you're like, I don't even know, and this feels wrong, because that's what everyone would say is like, you should have a clear path forward, you should have clear goals, you should know what the fuck you're doing. And pardon my language, I don't really care. But in short, like Spirit's saying, no, like this is your path. This is exactly where you're supposed to be. And you've done so much work to get here. This takes so much energy and time, growth, healing, and you've done all that. Now you get to start somewhere new. But you're not, I'm seeing staircase, like you're not starting at the bottom, having to work your way back up to the top again in this new journey. You're literally just always moving up. You know what I mean? Like you're always moving up. At this point, you might be like moving more laterally, but you're still on the up path. You've definitely like literally jumped a staircase in this growth, but you're not at the bottom of the staircase. You're at the middle or the top, and you're just continuing to, you know, step up. So don't think that this is a brand new start. You have to start from the from the bottom or the beginning in life in any way. Like this is a huge jump, and there's so much success in what is coming in for you. And I'm honestly not picking up any particular story or like area of life. I feel like it's very, very collective general reading here, but like it feels like it's very much like across the board. If your life in the last year or few years, however long you've been going through this huge change in life, if it was about love, you've had tumultuous relationships. If it was in career and it just has never been steady and clear and it's always been a struggle, or maybe it's friends, like you can never find that friend group. Whatever has been like the biggest like growth or the biggest struggle, I guess, in your life that has never felt clear path forward, even though you saw the path, whatever has been the most challenging in your life, that is where the biggest blessings are going to come in. So let's see, let's get some C melody. Let's get a C melody message, and let's, of course, more come out. Spirit, what C melody message? Message for guidance. Oh, here we go. Okay. Communicate. Things left unsaid will never reach the shore. Ooh, I just heard like this time around, you need to be clear about what you want. This time around, you need to communicate how you feel, not hold back. You need to communicate what you desire. There's a heavy emphasis on communicating what you desire. There might have been for some of you where in this previous version of your life, you didn't really communicate what you want. You settled for what came in and probably believed that you couldn't ask for something better. And maybe you're afraid that if you did, it would be taken away. So I think that Spirit's trying to say, this time around, communicate what you want. Because like when you really, really, really think about it, right? Whatever, because I know I experience this all the time and I have to remind myself this too. Whatever it is that you want in life, if you were to ask someone for that, if you were to put that out there to the universe, first put it out there, because right, you're gonna manifest what you want. You have to make it known to people, because the only way that the universe will align you with what you want is through people. People make the world go round. We make the world go round. We are the gifts. Like, we are the reason why everything keeps coming in. You know, I'd say something can pop out of the sky and like, boom, there's a bunch of money, but it doesn't happen that way. Through people, anybody, any experience, you have to make it known. So you have to tell the universe what you want, and then you have to start sharing what it is that you want. There's a strong emphasis here on not just communication, but manifestation. So what it is that you want, communicate to the universe. You might have told the universe before, this is what I want, but you never verbally put it out there to the people that were in your life, whether it was family, friends, work, relationships, whatever. So if it's a relationship, you didn't communicate how you felt, you didn't communicate what you needed in a relationship to feel balanced. If it was work, you weren't asking for that raise, you weren't asking for that promotion, you weren't asking for, you know, opportunities and growth, training, whatever. Maybe you didn't think that you could ask for something, maybe you didn't think that you were good enough for it. But you feel, this is strong, you damn well sure knew that you deserved it, right? So, and if it's in friendships, you weren't clear about your boundaries. Maybe you're like, hey, no, I need time for myself. Hey, no, I can't hang out this weekend. And there was pressure, right? Maybe in family, there's some expectations, again, boundaries. Maybe there's, maybe for some of you, you needed help and you didn't ask for help. Maybe, which I totally understand if like you're that person that doesn't ask your parents for help, or you don't ask your family for help because you're super independent. I'm like that. But this time around, I feel like Spirit is trying to really reassure you and not reassure, what am I trying to say? Remind you, excuse me. They're trying to remind you this time around, communicate what it is that you want. Because the worst that'll happen is that it's a no every time. And they're the worst that will happen. Nothing can get worse from asking for what you want. Unless of course, like you're in a weird circumstance and like things escalate weird. We don't want to go there. But I feel like for those of you who weren't really good about communicating what it is that you want this time, you're going to be like, no, this is what I want. No, I want this. I desire this. Hey, this would make my life easier. I really think that this time around, you're being encouraged to speak up and to say, here's what I want. And not feel ashamed, not feel weird, not feel guilty for asking for those things. I definitely, your Spirit's bringing to the forefront right now, if you ask for something that you feel you deserve, but you know others think otherwise, they don't think that you deserve it, or maybe you've been held back in some way, shape, or form. I'm thinking of like a work opportunity here. So say you deserved something better in life and more, maybe a bigger salary. And so we're coming up on the end of the year. Spirit's saying, okay, if you want to ask for it, you want a better, salary, maybe you ask for it at the end of the year. And what's the worst? They're going to say no. Okay, well then you go find another job, and guess what? You negotiate what that pay is, and if someone really wants you in their company, they really want you to be a part of their team, they really want you to be a part of this project or product development, whatever it is, they're going to give you what you want because they know that you deserve it. There's a big emphasis here on communicating what it is that you really, really, really want. Whew. All right. I don't feel any more coming from that. I felt like wanting to pull another card, but I don't think so. I think that's all the messages that I have for this group. So where that resonates, take what resonates. What doesn't, leave it. But Spirit is really telling you that this huge part of your life, you're changing in a drastic way. And what's coming in for you is meant for you. And know that You are allowed to ask for what you want. And in any given circumstance, if in a relationship you ask for something that you need in order for the relationship to be balanced and they don't want to meet it, that's not your relationship. And you have comfort in knowing you deserve better, and better is around the corner when you can step into that self-worth and know that you don't have to settle for just less. Career, same thing. Ask for what you want, know what you deserve, and be clear on it. The worst that happens, say no, go find a new job, go find a new company, take the time to put the effort in. Family, ask for help and support. And, you know, everybody's family is different. And if family is not able to show up for you in some way, ask friends. Ask people that you don't even know, right? If you need help financially, if you need help with something around your home, ask people that you probably wouldn't have talked to or asked or thought maybe they would help. A lot of people want to help people, at least for the most part. If I was someone and someone asked me for help, I would 100% want to help that person in any way that I possibly could. I think that a lot of people are like that. So there's a huge message here around this growth and transformative period in your life where Spirit's saying this time around, communicate what it is that you want, know that you will get what you want. And if it doesn't come in the form that you expect or you're anticipating, know that it's coming through a different means and it's going to be better. Whew. All right. Well, that's all the messages I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed. Until next time.